Hi friends, so today we are getting into chapter 9 through 10 of Ada Twist and the Perilous Pants by Andrea Beatty. So as I said in the picture, we have the gravity that is pointing towards the earth, which is labeled the world, and it's why. These questions are why. What is gravity? How does gravity work? And within this chapter, we'll probably find out a little bit more about that. Ada didn't mean to upset Rosie. How could she explain? She thought for a moment. She tried a new approach. What happened when Uncle Fred let go of Uncle Ned's rope? Asked Ada. He floated away, said Iggy. Okay, but exactly how did he do it? Asked Ada. Did he pop straight up? Did he hover over the ground? Did he bob up and down like a fishing float? Did he blow away in a straight line? Did he zig? Did he zag? I don't know, said Rosie. She was more upset than ever. Ada gave her friend a hug and smiled. Just tell me what you saw, said Ada kindly. Exactly. What did you observe? If we think like scientists, we'll figure out which way he went. Then we'll find Uncle Ned and rescue him. We won't give up. Rosie, said Iggy, you always tell us not to give up, remember? Rosie smiled and took a deep breath to calm herself. Stop and think, she said. It was advice that Aunt Rose often gave her. It helped her to focus when she had a problem to solve. Okay, said Rosie. The first thing that happened was that Uncle Fred let go of the rope. Then Uncle Ned popped straight up into the air, said Iggy. And as we look, we have Rosie looking sad with her red and white head wrap on her head, or scarf on her head. Ada is kind of holding her back, kind of patting her back, has her arm around her, and trying to cheer her up. And Iggy's holding her arm and holding his, chest like, he really feels bad for her. And they both have concerned faces while Rosie has this really sad face. So Rosie said the first thing that happened was Uncle Fred let go of the rope. Then Uncle Ned popped straight up into the air, said Iggy. How far? Asked Ada. Twice as high as our roof, said Rosie. Then he stopped. Yay! Said Ada. That's good news. Uncle Ned didn't think so, said Iggy. It's great news, said Ada. I'll show you. Ada sketched another picture. It showed Uncle Ned in the air with lots of arrows going this way and around him. Each arrow shows a force, said Ada. A force is how energy acts on an object. Forces can come from all directions. For example, Uncle Ned is the object, and the forces are the air pushing down on him from above, and gravity pulling him toward the center of the earth. But the air that he's floating on is a force pushing up, said Iggy. It's like boat on water. Yes, said Ada. Those arrows pointing up show buoyancy. And there's the lift of the helium as it tries to rise above the heavier air, said Rosie. So the pants want to go up, 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 said Ada, but the other forces keep him down. We will find Uncle Ned where the forces balance. Right now, that's twice as high as Rosie's roof. That's a long way from space, said Rosie. She sounded calmer. It sure is, said Ada. Okay, said Iggy. What about the wind? It's a force pushing him from the side. And if Uncle Ned is gone with the wind, said Ada, let's follow the wind. Chapter 10. So the pictures to kind of talk about what's going on in chapter 10, it says things to do today. Find out what is air. And so they talk about air currents. They have the word air currents in bubble letters. And so then they have like two arrows that are making a circle. And the one that's pointing downward says cool air. And the one that's going up says warm air. And then under those arrows, kind of to the right, it has a cloud, which it's labeled, that says cloud. And then it has arrows pointing up to the cloud from the sides, and then arrows pointing down through the middle under it. And so it's pointing toward the earth. The air is coming from the earth, like just from a little squiggle that's kind of labeled earth. So like the ground. And with that, it's trying to figure out what is airflow. Those arrows are going to have to deal with the airflow. Chapter 10. Ada scraped a small handful of fine dust from the ground. She held out her hand and dumped the dust. The heavy bits fell straight down, but the finest dust blew toward Blue River Creek. Ada took her compass from her pocket. She always had one handy. The compass needle pointed north. The three friends ran north. With any luck, Uncle Ned's rope would snag on one of the tail trees that lined the river. Then they could figure out how to get him down. The questionnaires ran past the school and the library. They were passing the city hall when Ada screeched to a stop. Whoa! Iggy and Rosie crashed into Ada. The three friends tumbled into a heap. Ouch, said Rosie. Why did you stop? Asked Iggy. Look at the weather vane, said Ada. Rosie and Iggy looked at the copper weather vane at the tip top of City Hall. The arrow pointed north toward the river. We're going that way, said Rosie. That's the problem, said Ada. Weather vanes are shaped like wedges, so they always point where the wind is coming from. That means the wind is blowing south, said Iggy. But the dust blew north. The dust is close to the ground, said Ada. Uncle Ned is high in the air like the weather vane. Iggy looked confused. Air flows in currents like water in the ocean, said Ada. There can be currents that go different directions. So the air down low can blow a different way than the air up high. What if Uncle Ned already blew out of town? Asked Rosie. What if we never find him? Suddenly, a red fire truck swooped around the corner and zoomed down the street. Honk, honk, woo, 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 honk, honk. I think someone just did, said Iggy. A short zebra-striped bus also rounded the corner and stopped in front of the kids. It was Uncle Fred in the zoo bus. Hop in, he said. We found Uncle Ned. So this will be going into chapter 11, but going back to the picture before, that they have Ida B. Wells in the front of City Hall holding a flag that says truth, and then you see the kids going up like kind of a long stairway up to City Hall, and City Hall is this building that looks like it maybe has 3 or 4 floors that you would have to go up, and at the very top that has a weather vane. And a weather vane is a tool to kind of see where the wind is blowing from, and it has the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, kind of stationary. Sometimes they don't, but usually they do. And then the weather vane has an arrow, and it will point to the north or point to the south, or even northeast or southwest or something like that, so that you can kind of see where the wind is taking it. So I want you to remember this City Hall, because you may see it very, very soon. And when I say very soon, like in about a week. So I hope that you enjoyed these 2 chapters, and we will return to chapter 11. Bye, friends.